Okay. Hello guys, what's going on? Inside here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about something that I really want to know the answer to, and I want to know what you guys think and your opinion on it. Is what game will be better, Call of Duty Ghosts or Battlefield 4? Now obviously there's going to be something wrong with this. You're probably thinking you can't compare these games because they're going to be on two different consoles, and I'm going to get to that bit later on in the video. But the first thing I want to actually touch on is the fact that Call of Duty does, I think has always, ever since Modern Warfare 2, I think it's always ran on a 60 FPS, which is frames per second, and Battlefield only does a 35 to 40. I think Battlefield 3 was a 35 if I'm not mistaken. But I've noticed that Call of Duty and Battlefield both have their own certain fan base. Obviously they're two different games. This is kind of going to be like the best first person shooter of 2013. And personally, I think it'll be Battlefield 4, but like I said, two different games, two different consoles, so it's going to be really hard to do, really hard to compare, but I do think Battlefield 4 will win, and I'm going to explain to you guys why sooner in the video. So, first thing I want to touch on is of course the graphics. Now, Battlefield to me has always had the better graphics, it's always had the better feel to the game, has like the more realistic touch to the game. Whereas Call of Duty is just one of them games you can run around and just spray people, and it's just really fun and addictive. But Battlefield's more of the serious type of game, which is why I like it. It's more of the fun, sort of interactive, exhilarating, gives you more of an adrenaline rush, let's say that. That's why I think Battlefield's really good for that sort of thing. But things like Call of Duty, like I said, running around just having a good time, having fun, maybe letting off a little steam, and sometimes Call of Duty has actually bringing competitive sort of feature to it, which is pretty decent, but I still prefer Battlefield. Another thing is Battlefield, the vehicular warfare. I do believe in World at War was the only Call of Duty they actually allowed you to have vehicles, and that was only tanks, so that wasn't that great, and they were extremely overpowered. But Battlefield has actually always had vehicular warfare, helicopters. Battlefield 3 recently brought in jets to the scene, which were a huge hit. Tanks, jets, water skis, everything. They've brought in everything, and motorbikes as well. So that's extremely good. But I really do think Call of Duty Ghosts could be so much better than past Call of Duties if they just bring in a few vehicles. Like you in Black Ops 2 in the campaign, you were driving cars, but like multiplayer style, like, and demolition of the walls and the buildings. In Battlefield, you can destroy the shit out of anything, because you see me doing right now. You can just see me obliterating the roof and everything. Like, just look at the demolition. In Call of Duty, I'm afraid you can't do this stuff. I do think Call of Duty, Infinity Ward even, and Activision, which are the two brands this year that are making this Call of Duty Ghost game, I hope they'll bring in like there is a new engine. So I'm hoping that will give us a more realistic feel to it. If you did watch the Xbox One reveal, I think it was the 21st, which was last Tuesday, you will actually know what the engine looks like. Now it does look extremely graphic and detailed, which is always good. I always like a good detailed and graphical game. It does look extremely well made. But Battlefield, if you've seen Fishing in Baku, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say Battlefield does look so much more just the one, really. Battlefield it just wins me over every time. Like, Battlefield never seems to disappoint. There's always that realistic feel, as I've said. There's never anything really that disappoints. I mean, sometimes the campaign can be a little bit sketchy at times, but then again, there's always some flaws in the game, and the flaws in Battlefield, I think, are actually, there's some glitches. I can't name all the flaws because I'm not being biased here. I just generally can't think of a lot. Like, I do think that the spawns could be a lot better. I think in multiplayer, if they put squad play, like you have squads now of 4, I reckon you could have like 5 or 6, because there are times on Xbox when I'm with my friends and there's 8 of us, or 6 of us, 7 of us in a party, and we want to be on the same team, and we can't because, well, we can be on the same team, but you sit there and you're in a trance of who's going to be left out of the squad, because there's 4 people to a squad, and if there's 5 of you, one of you is going to have to go alone, and it's really, when you are that person that's alone, it's really not a fun task, guys. Playing people you don't know. So I think that they can improve Battlefield 4 by doing that. and I think that Call of Duty would be so good as well if they did bring in the squad play as well. So instead of getting spawn killed at like a flag, say C, where that's your only flag left, I think it'd be so much better if they could, like, if say one of your friends just snuck around the back and he's a lone wolf and he's just sitting there waiting, somebody could spawn on him and help him out. And the last thing I'm going to touch on today, guys, that Battlefield does have is things like realistic breaches. Now, you've seen in Call of Duty campaigns as well, but in Battlefield you've seen you can breach things, like you can breach the walls, like on Spec Ops mode on Modern Warfare 2 and on Modern Warfare 3. In fact, you could like plant C4 on the walls and just bust in, like in a sort of cinematic entrance. But I'm hoping they'll do this for online. If obviously not with the cinematic entrance, that would be a bit, well, that wouldn't work, to be honest. But I do think that if they put this in, like putting C4 on the wall and breaching in, I do think it'd give the game so much more of a higher rating. Not just from the fans of the game and like the fans of the franchise, but from the retailers as well. I think it'll just Battlefield 4, I think, will edge this. But as you know, we've seen some gameplay for Ghosts, and if I'm being brutally honest, it doesn't really look that much different. Like, I know I said they have a new engine, which it do, but I don't think it looks that. I wouldn't say it doesn't look extremely improved. Obviously, the graphics they've shown, like they show the comparison between the arms of a player on Modern Warfare 3 and arms of the player on Ghosts, and obviously it does look a lot more like tickled with and really good and really improved. I have to say they have done one hell of a good job switching this up and making it look so much better than it already was. But I do indeed think that it's just the same game. Like, I don't think they're going to bring anything new to it. I have heard from my friends that it's going to have zombies, and I thought Treyarch were the only ones to make zombies, so that's pretty weird. But anyway, guys, if you did like this video, make sure to leave a rate, comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe, guys, because I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I've been Insight. Make sure to leave your opinions in the comment section below, or hit me up on Twitter at @TheRealInsight, @TheReal_Insight, and I'll see you guys later.